Well, my friends, welcome back to my channel. Spider-Man Coach today is presenting a new Module 3, Lesson 11. We're subtracting fractions, my friends. Watch this. Woo, yes, we're going to have fun today subtracting fractions. Everyone who's going to have fun, say yeah. Thank you. All right, well done. Good. I like the spirit. Okay, now the first thing we got to do is identify that, well, let's rewrite the subtraction. And let's look at the fact that these are uncommon denominators. So we have to find equivalent fractions that will have the same denominator. Equivalent, and this is the symbol for fractions. Numerator over denominator. Okay, so now we have that situation going on there. So now here's what happens. Let's do this in a separate, after the equal sign. So when you have uncommon denominators, we multiply denominators with denominators. The opposite denominator. So the opposite denominator for 8 is 4. That will be our first step. Now, if we're going to multiply the denominator by 4, the numerator has to be multiplied by 4 to maintain the equivalency of the fraction. So I will rewrite that over here. 7/8 times 4 over 4 minus. Now we know that we are now multiplied the 4, the opposite denominator from 4 is 8. So now we know that, let's write the fraction first. And we know the opposite denominator is 8. So we are going to do the same thing to the numerator. So now we are setting up our problem to have equivalent fractions. So now let's do this right here. Let me just show you a bracket and make the thickness less. So that's going to be, we multiply across. 7 times 4 equals 28. That is our numerator. 8 times 4 is 32. That is our denominator. Minus, which is that symbol there. We're multiplying across again. 3 times 8 equals 24. And 4 times 8 equals 32. So now we have common denominators. That makes it a lot easier, my friends. So let me rewrite that problem here. 28 32s minus a fraction with the same denominator, 32. When we subtract this, then we know that subtracting 24 from 28, we only have 2 left. Now, I noticed that these two numbers can be divided. Well, let's look. Let's see. Let me grab the numerator and that denominator and find the factors for this to see which factor they share together. So I know that 1 times 4 are factors of 4, and 2 times 2. 2 times 2, let me write that correctly. 2 times 3 equals 4. Now let's find the factor for 32. I know that 1 times 32 equals 32, and that 2 times 16 equals 32. And let me see, the 3 doesn't go into it. What about the 4? I think the 4 is 4 times 8 equals 32. And let me see, how about 6? No, how about 7? No, I think that will be okay. Now, let's now identify the greatest common denominator. So they have denominators that are common, not denominators. The factors that they have in common is the 1. Another factor that they have in common is the 2. Another factor that they have in common is the 4. Okay, now here, our best selection would be the one with the greatest denominator. The greatest denominator. I keep saying denominator. My apologies. The greatest factor is 4. So that will be the number that will help us simplify. Let's just let me show you that now. So we're going to rewrite the answer for 32s. And when we are going to simplify, that means we're dividing by the number that they both share as the common factor, just like I model here on these T-charts. So now we know that the 4 goes into the 4 only once, and that the 32 is divided by 4, and the quotient is 8. So now we found the simplified version of this answer. My friends, watch these videos, become a better mathematician, master it. You know, when you become the master of something, in this case, mathematics, your level of satisfaction will rise. Please help yourself if you need help in math. If you don't watch these videos. Signing out from Studio G2 is your coach, Peter Parker.